Very good morning to all children. A warm welcome to the online class for this new academic year. I am going to teach you Standard 8, Science 2, Lesson number 6, Microorganisms. So, the first chapter in this Science 2 is Microorganisms. As a name itself, you could find out what is micro. Micro is nothing but which is very small in size. So in your previous classes, right, from 6th standard, you would have learnt more about the microorganisms. Yes or no, children? So, the same thing, in this lesson, we are going to learn more about the cell structure of microbes, the diseases they cause to the humans, all these things, okay? So, what is this microorganisms? What is the main characteristic feature of these microorganisms? So, microorganisms are nothing but very small in size. We cannot see the microorganisms with our naked eye, right? We can see those microorganisms only through the microscope, maybe electron microscope. Okay, so what are the different categories of microbes we are going to discuss in this chapter? Yes, first it is virus, bacteria, third one it is algae, fungi and protozoans. Fifth one, final thing is protozoans. Right, children? Okay, now I am going to tell you about first virus. So, we are all familiar with this, we are all threatened by this term virus, yes or no? Because it has created a pandemic effect throughout the world, coronavirus, right? So, we are going to see about the structure of the virus and whether we have vaccine for these virus, or we are going to see about the diseases which they cause to the human. Next is about the bacteria. So, as I told you in lower classes, right, from 6th standard, you would have learned more about bacteria. Yes, bacterial infection. Next, moving on to the algae. What is this algae? Algae is nothing but what we call it Pasi. Okay, the green color sediment which can be seen near the ponds, lakes, or water tanks, all over this. Okay. Next, it is fungi. Fungi is nothing but a microorganism which causes the ringworms, or some other fungal infection diseases, right? Okay, athlete's foot, all these things. Next, protozoans. Protozoans are nothing but those microorganisms which will just release their spores. Okay, and then they infect the other organisms. Okay, they are the protozoans. For example, mosquitoes. Okay, this kind of female Anopheles mosquito will cause the malarial disease in human beings. So, we are going to see about each and every microorganisms, about its cell structure, about its disease which is causing, all these things in this chapter. I hope you know this, children. So, what is the first part? Yes, it is virus. It is virus. Okay. This virus is derived from the Latin word which is called as virion. What do you mean by this word virion? Virion is nothing but poison. It means a poison. Okay. So, virus is nothing but which is inducing the poison into the human or whatever organism it can be. Okay. Next, this virus is 10,000 times smaller than bacteria. It's very minute. You can just view it through the electron microscope. Okay, children. Next, the study of this virus is called as virology. What is it called? Virology. The study of virus is called as virology. So, you know the study of the living organisms, or the study of the plant is called botany, study of animal is called zoology, all these things. Study of chemical formulas, chemical composition is called chemistry. So, there is different study, right? Same way, the study of virus is called as virology. So, what is the main cell structure of this virus, children? I told you, no, this virus always has a poison in it, okay, which is derived from the word virion, which is nothing but poison. So, this virus has a protein coat, okay, some protein coat will be there. Within this, it has some DNA or RNA and this is called as a protein coat. And you can also see some spikes. Spikes. You know what is the use of the spike present in the virus? It helps the virus to go and attach themselves to the host. Host can either be a human or whatever it is, right? Or an animal or plant, whatever it is. Okay. So there are different forms of virus. Okay. Now let me tell you what are the different forms of virus. Okay. First one is the bacteriophage. T for bacteriophage. It is the virus which infects the bacteria. It's called as the bacteriophage. Next it is tobacco mosaic virus, TMV. Tobacco mosaic virus. This kind of virus just affects or infects the tobacco plant. What is tobacco? Betel actually, right? So tobacco plant. Next it is about influenza virus. Next it is the influenza. Influenza is nothing but cold, fever, all this comes under the influenza virus. Okay, a common cold, fever, all this comes under the influenza virus. Are you all clear with this, children? Different forms of the virus. Okay, different shapes or different forms of the virus. Next it is about characteristics of this virus. Okay, I told you virus can be active only inside the host. It is inactive. It shows the inactive character when it is seen outside the host. Host is nothing but the organism when it goes and just attacks some other organism and it gives protection over there. That is called as the host. Okay, which goes and infects the other substance and where it can be able to survive over there. That is called as the host. Okay, so it possesses both the features. One is inside the host and other one is the outside the host. So inside the host and outside host. So inside the host, what does this virus do? So when the virus has just injected all its poison virion particle into our human beings, what happens? It reproduces. Reproduction is nothing but division. Okay, so if reproduction happens and it also shows some irritability, itching over, right? Irritability towards our cells, tissues, all these things. Next, outside the host. What is this? Outside the host, it is only active inside the host. And outside the host, it doesn't show any characteristic feature. It can either be crystallized. It can either be crystallized and it is also inactive form when it is seen outside the host particle. Are you all clear with this, children? Next, we are going to see about the next category. Bacteria. What is it? Bacteria. These bacteria are nothing but prokaryotes. So, we all know that, a cell always possesses a nucleus. Nucleus is called as the brain of the cell, right? So, these kind of microorganisms, that is bacteria, does not possess any nucleus at all. So, they are called as prokaryotes. Those organisms which possess the nucleus, they are called as eukaryotes. Whereas this bacteria is called as prokaryotes. Okay, children. Next, this comes under the kingdom called Monera. What is it kingdom called as? Monera. Are you clear with this, children? Kingdom Monera. And we have learned that study of virus is called virology. Then what must be the study of bacteria called as? It is bacteriology. Okay, the study of bacteria. Okay, those who deal with the study of bacteria are called as bacteriology. Yes, any doubt in this, children? Now, then we'll move on to the cell structure of this bacteria. What is the cell structure of the bacteria? What is the cell structure of the bacteria? First, it can be different shapes. We'll discuss it later on, okay? First, I'll tell you what are the main structure of a bacteria. Okay, children? Now, this bacteria has the outer covering, which is called as cell wall. What is this called? Cell wall. Right? Next, it has cell membrane. What is this called? Cell membrane. Inside the cell membrane, you have the DNA. What is it? DNA or RNA. Okay. Next, all over the body of the bacteria, you could see some appendages. Okay. These appendages are called as flagella. You would have learned in your 6th or 7th standard, right? Flagella. Flagella is nothing but the locomotory movement organ of the bacteria. Is it clear for you children? And there are some small projections over the body of the bacteria. These projections are nothing but called as villi. Okay children? Any doubt in the structure of the bacteria? I hope you are clear with the structure. Now we'll move on to the different shapes of bacteria. What are the different shapes of bacteria? Bacteria possess different shapes. So we are going to see about the different shapes of the bacteria. First it is rod. You all know what is rod? Rod is nothing but like this, right? Rod shaped bacteria. What is it? Rod. Next it is what shape? Rod shaped bacteria. Next it is spiral shaped bacteria. Spiral is nothing but like this, rounded spiral. Next it is cocci. Cocci is nothing but some kind of oval shaped bacteria. Next it is comma shaped bacteria. It is comma shaped bacteria is nothing but Vibrio. Okay. Comma. What is comma? Right. It's the comma shaped bacteria. So these are the 4 types of bacteria which is based upon the shapes. These are the classifications of bacteria based on their shapes. Now let me tell you about the examples of these different types of bacteria. First I told you it is a rod shaped bacteria. It's nothing bacillate. Okay. It can E. coli. Example is E. coli bacteria. Escherichia coli bacteria. Next it is spiral shaped bacteria. Example for the spiral shaped bacteria is Helicobacter. What is it? Helicobacter. Are you clear with the children? Next it is cocci. The example for cocci it is Streptococcus or Diplococcus. We will deal in later on. Okay. Next it is Vibrio. Vibrio form of bacteria is nothing but the comma shape. Comma. Okay. Comma shaped bacteria. Okay. The example for this Vibrio is nothing but Vibrio cholera. It's a microorganism which causes the disease cholera. Okay. Diarrhea. Some kind of diarrhea. So these are the different types of classifications of bacteria based on their shapes. What are they? Rod shaped bacteria, spiral shaped bacteria, Helicobacter. Next cocci. Cocci is nothing but spherical ovoidal shaped bacteria, that is called cocci. Now this cocci, we'll see to this cocci. Okay. Now when it is cocci is nothing but single bacteria. When it is being found as a cluster like this, then it is called coccus. Okay, it's a plural form. The singular form of this bacteria is called cocci, whereas the plural form is called as coccus. Okay, now this cocci bacteria, when it is found in the form of found in pairs, then we call it as diplococci. What is it called? Diplococcus. Because 2, no, I told you only single, it is cocci. Now it is 2, right? So it is Diplococcus bacteria. Next it is triplo. 3 means triplo. Okay, triplobast. Okay, Triplococcus. Next, when it is being found in the form of chains. Okay, this is called Staphylococcus. What is it called? Staphylococcus. Okay, children, I clear with the differentiation of cocci, different types of cocci. So, a good example for this cocci species is Diplococcus or Strepto or Staphylococcus. I clear with this, children? These are the classification of bacteria based on the shapes. Okay, children? Okay. Now, we will move on to the next classification of bacteria. I told you, bacteria has the flagella all over the body which is mainly for the locomotion, movement, right? So based upon the arrangement of flagella, bacteria can also be classified as different types. We are going to see about the classification of bacteria based upon the arrangement of flagella. Flagella is the locomotory organ. Okay, children. So first one is nothing but monotrichous. 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 What is this mono? Mono is nothing but single. So the bacteria will have a single flagella only at one particular end. Okay, one end, one flagella. That is the monotrichous. What is it called? Monotrichous. Next species after mono it is Lophotrichous. What is it called? Locotrichous. This Locotrichous has the bacteria with a single flagella at both the ends, each ends. Okay, this is the Lophotrichous. What is it called? Lophotrichous. And one example for this is Vibrio cholerae. Vibrio cholerae. Here it is Pseudomonas species. Pseudomonas species. Species we denote as SP, right? Next it is Amphitrichous. You know what is the Amphitrichous? Amphitrichous is nothing but the same rod-shaped bacteria which has a tuft of flagella. Okay, children? Tuft of flagella, right? At one, First, this Lophotrichous has the flagella, one tuft of flagella at one end, whereas Amphitrichous has the tuft of flagella at both the ends. Are you clear with this, children? So, example for this is Rhodospirillum. Rhodospirillum. Next it is What is it? Peritrichous. What is this peri? Peri is nothing but all over the body. Okay? Flagella which is present all over the body. So, all over the body, this particular bacteria possess the flagella. Right? So, the example for this peritrichous is our E. coli, Escherichia coli. Next, moving on to the final form is Atrichous. Can you all guess this, children? What is this Atrichous? Atrichous is nothing but no flagella at all. Okay? Atrichous is no flagella at all. No flagella. Just has the bacteria like no flagella. Okay? That's it. So, come on. What is the good example for this Atrichous? Corynebacterium. Corynebacterium diphtheriae. Right, children? Okay. Now, let me have a quick recap over the classification of bacteria based upon the arrangement of flagella. Right? First, it is monotrichous. As the name suggests, mono is nothing but a single form. Okay, children? Single form. Single flagella at one end. That is called as the monotrichous. Example for this, Vibrio cholerae. Next it is Lophotrichous. Tuft is nothing but group. Okay, a cluster, right? A cluster of bacteria at one end. Example for this Lophotrichous must be Pseudomonas species. Next it is Amphitrichous. What is it? Amphitrichous. Amphi is nothing but the tuft of flagella, maybe the group or cluster of flagella at both the ends. Example for this Amphitrichous is Rhodospirillum. Right? Next it is peritrichous bacteria. The bacteria has the flagella all over the body, throughout the body. Okay? That is the E. coli is a good example for the peritrichous bacteria. Finally, it is Atrichous. Atrichous is nothing but no flagella at all. A good example for this Atrichous must be Corynebacterium diphtheriae. What is it? Corynebacterium diphtheriae. Are you all clear with this classification of bacteria based upon the shapes as well as based upon the arrangement of flagella. I hope you understood this content, right, children? Next we'll move on to the different types of bacteria based upon the respiration mode. Respiration. Okay, have you all heard about the two forms of respiration, aerobic and anaerobic? What is this aerobic, children? Aerobic is the bacteria which involves in the presence of, which grows in the presence of oxygen. Anaerobic is those bacteria which grows in the absence of oxygen. Do you have any doubt in this, children? Bacteria forms of respiration, in the form of respiration. Next it is photosynthetic bacteria. Photosynthetic, you must be very familiar with this word photosynthetic because plant possesses this process of photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis, children? Photosynthesis is nothing but green plants can prepare their own food with the help of the sunlight, then water and chlorophyll pigment which is present in the leaves. So this is the form photosynthetic bacteria. Next it is chemosynthetic bacteria. What is it? Chemosynthetic bacteria. Now what is this chemo? Chemo means chemicals. So the bacteria which can grow with the help of chemicals. So can survive with the help of chemicals. They are called as chemosynthetic bacteria. Okay. Next it is symbiotic bacteria. What is this term? Symbio. Bio is nothing but dual. Right? Symbiotic bacteria. Okay. Now what is the symbiotic bacteria? Which has both the process, give and take policy. It get the help from the host as well as it helps the host. Okay, this is the symbiotic bacteria. So these are the classifications of the bacteria. One is photosynthetic. Okay, they can survive by themselves with the help of sunlight, everything. Chemosynthetic, they can survive with the help of the chemicals, maybe nitrates, ammonia, whatever it is. Next it is symbiotic. Symbiotic is the give and take relationship. Okay, they just help the host as well as they get the help from the host. I cover this different forms of bacteria, children. Next, we move on to the third category of microorganism. It is fungi. What is it? Third category is fungi. What is this fungi, children? So, what must be the study of fungi called? As the study of bacteria is called bacteriology, study of virus is called virology, study of fungi is called as mycology. What is it called? Mycology, right? The study of the fungi is called as mycology. Okay, so this fungi is either unicellular or multicellular. Now, come on, tell me whether it is eukaryotic or prokaryotic. It can either be uni or multicellular. So, I told you bacteria does not possess the nucleus, so it is called as prokaryote. Whereas this fungi has the particular nucleus within it, so we call this fungi as the eukaryote. Okay, except bacteria, all the microorganisms possess a nucleus, so we call those microorganisms as eukaryotes, right, children? The study of fungi is called mycology, and it can either be a cellular, unicellular, or it can be a multicellular. Now, I will tell you an example of unicellular fungi. Unicellular, it is yeast. Yeast, have you ever heard about this term yeast? Yeast is something which is added to the added in making the bread fluffy enough, right? Okay. So, baking soda, all these things. Next, multicellular. You must be very familiar with this. Mushrooms. Yes? Mushroom is actually a high protein rich food, which is a multicellular form of fungi. Okay, children? Now, we are going to see about the unicellular first. Form of unicellular fungi. About yeast. Now, we will learn about the structure of the yeast. Yeast is actually ovoidal in shape, ovoid, okay, ovoidal in shape. It has a nucleus, so we call this yeast as the eukaryote because it possesses a nucleus, right? Next, so it has a cell wall. Cell wall, here it has nucleus, and all over the cell you have cytoplasm, and finally you must also have food vacuoles. What is the use of the vacuole in a cell? Vacuole is nothing but a storage tank. Okay, it stores the food substances for the energy production. So these are all called as vacuoles. So yeast is a very good example of unicellular fungi. Now next we are going to move on to the multicellular fungi. What is a good example for this multicellular fungi? Mushrooms. Mushrooms. Have you all eaten this mushroom? Yes, it is a very proteinaceous, highly protein rich food. So let me show you the cell structure of this multicellular fungi, which is nothing but mushrooms. What is it? Mushrooms. Okay, children. So this mushroom has the different parts. Okay, so let me draw and show you this structure of mushrooms. So you could see a fruiting body like this. Yes, and here you could see some form of slits underneath the cap, right? So next, so one more mushroom, a small tiny mushroom which has slit all over the body underneath the fruiting body. Okay, so this upper part is called as the cap of the mushroom. This is called as the cap of the mushroom. So this is underground. Okay, so the mushroom which has some thread-like, root-like structures called as mycelium. What is this called as? Mycelium. So the fruiting body. So the part which is seen above the ground, above the soil part is called as, this part is called as fruiting body. What is this called? Fruiting body. Okay, children. Next, it is the upper umbrella-like structure of the mushroom is called as the cap. Underneath the cap, below the cap, you could see some slit. Okay, slit-like structures. They are nothing but gills. What are they called as? Gills, children. Gills. Gills mainly has some spores in it. They have small spores also present there for breathing. Alright. So this is a peculiar form of fungi. Okay, which possess the fruiting body above the soil part and below the soil part. This particular part is called mycelium. Underneath, just underneath the soil, you can see the upper layer called as mycelium, and these are thread-like structures. They are called as the hyphae. What is it called as? Hyphae. Are you all clear with this, children? So this is hyphae. So this is the cell structure of a multicellular fungi, which is nothing but a mushroom. So once again, let me recall this mushroom structure. First, the upper part, the part of the fungi which is seen above the soil is called as the fruiting body. Okay, you could see umbrella structure, umbrella-like structure is called as the cap of the mushroom. Underneath, just below the cap, you could see some slit-like structures, some branch-like structures. They are called as gills. Those gills will possess some spores. Okay, children. Next, this is a fruiting body. So just beneath the soil, you have a single layer called as the mycelium. So this mycelium gives rise to a thread-like structure is called as the hyphae. Are you all clear with this, children? Do you have any doubts in this multicellular fungi? Do you have any doubts, children? Yes. So let me conclude this fungi with the two main things. One is the sporophytic. Sporophytic. Sporophytic is nothing but those fungi which has the spores in it. Okay. Next it is sapro. What is meant saprophytic? Saprophytic is nothing but those fungi which depends or which can survive on the dead organisms. Okay, decaying organisms. That is called as the saprophytes. Parasites. Next, parasites which survive on the other host organism. So this is what is more about the different forms of the fungi. One is it saprophyte. Saprophyte is those fungi which can survive or live on the dead organisms. So example for this is rhizopus. Rhizopus kind of fungi is a form of a saprophytic fungi. Next it is parasitic fungi. So example for parasitic is mycorrhiza. What is it? Mycorrhizal fungi. Are you clear with this content, children? So let me have a quick recap of what all we have learnt in this, covered in this class. First one it is about bacteria. Next one it is about virus. Third it is about fungi. So this bacteria is a prokaryotic because it doesn't possess any nucleus. Whereas second one it is virus. The study of bacteria is called bacteriology. The study of virus is called as virology. Okay, so coming on to this virus, virus is obtained from it's derived from the Latin word called virion, which is nothing meaning poison. It is poison. Okay, children. So this virus is 10,000 times smaller than the bacteria. It is very small comparatively to the bacteria. Okay. Then we also learnt about different structure of the bacteria as well as for the virus. Next, third one is about fungi. Fungi is, the study of fungi is mycology. What is it? Mycology. It can either be unicellular or it can be multicellular. Example for unicellular is yeast. Yeast is nothing but a kind of microorganisms which is used in making of bread to make the bread fluffy enough, right? Next, the example of multicellular is mushroom. So we also have seen about the structure of the unicellular fungi as well as the multicellular fungi structure. I are clear with this, children? So I just want you all to download the books and go through each and every topic then and there and be clear with the content, children. Thank you. Have a great day.